Hey guys, Teabaggers here, and today I'm going to be giving you my final thoughts and impressions on the Battlefield Hardline beta. Getting straight to the point, I thoroughly enjoyed this beta, and have all intent on purchasing Hardline at some point after its release in March. Getting the elephant out of the room fast, I gotta say, I do like the new formula of cops versus robbers instead of the standard good military versus evil terrorist group. Hardline brings new gadgets to the battlefield with that, where they offer the zipline and the grappling hook, allowing you to either scale buildings Batman style, or zipline down to an objective and end the game in hero fashion. These two new gadgets, along with a few others, are also interchangeable between the classes you have to choose from, giving you the option to turn a class such as the mechanic, formerly known as the engineer in the Battlefield series, into a more usable option in different game modes where there might not be vehicles to use that repair torch on. So instead, you replace that repair torch with a zipline or grappling hook, or maybe something else you want. And that gives you the option to use a class where you are more comfortable with that gun setup, and then still be useful in the game to play your role. However, gun buffs might be a little let down with Hardline's gun selection, because it's quite a bit smaller than what we've seen in Battlefield 4. That's not to say the game doesn't have a lot to choose out of, and that's not including the large selections of different attachments that you do have to pick and choose from. Guns in Hardline are also side-locked, meaning that the criminals and the cops both have different guns from the start, up until a player uses a certain gun so long that they have the ability to purchase a weapon license, giving them the option to use that gun for each side. Guns are also not unlocked by rank in this battlefield, and are purchased via in-game cash money, which you gain from either killing enemies or playing the objective. From my personal experience in the beta, I found that playing Hotwire and just grabbing one of the marked cars and trying to stay in it as long as possible was the best way to gain cash fast. The Hardline beta also showcased two new game modes known as Hotwire and Heist, along with a returning classic Conquest style game. Hotwire is basically Conquest, but the points are mobile, and only one player can hold them at a time, and you just want to keep this point away from the other team. This game mode requires a lot of teamwork, but it's fun, rewarding, and fast-paced the whole time. Heist, being the other game mode, kinda reminded me of Rush with a spin. Basically, the criminals are trying to get into a bank vault, where there's two bags and they have to get them to 2 of 3 extraction points offered to them, while the cops play the defensive role, trying to stop those criminals and get their ticket count from 100 to 0. Now that I've covered all the main points of this game, and like I said at the beginning, I thoroughly enjoyed the beta. However, you gotta take the good with the bad, and the game isn't perfect. And I know this is a beta, but it's scary to think that this game comes out in a month and there's still a ton of glitches in it. And not only that, these glitches are the same glitches I ran in Battlefield 4. Some of these glitches include reloading multiple times for no reason, getting shot around walls after I'm in a firefight, the bullets just seem to wrap around it like I'm fighting someone out of Wanted. I've had grenades fly back at me after I threw them, and I could see them whirling through the air, and then all of a sudden it's like a yo-yo string was tied around it and decided it wanted to come back and kill me instead. I've had it where I was driving around with teammates and all of a sudden we smash into invisible walls out of nowhere. I've seen the crouch glitch where people are gliding through the ground. I've had it where people have ran through doors, and some of the kill cams seem to malfunction too, where someone will kill you and it'll get stuck on a wall and it won't really show you really anything useful, or sometimes it just says you're down, officer down, but you know you got killed. You've seen somewhat of how it happened, but it just doesn't show you. The game also, in my opinion, has some weapons balancing issues that it does need to focus on. Grenades are a bit ridiculous and they will kill you from quite a distance away, same as rocket launchers and other, just anything that causes an explosion really just does an abnormal amount of damage. Shotguns in this game are insane. They have assault rifle range at some times, and I don't understand why they thought it was a good idea to do this, but you're going to find yourself dying by shotguns again and again and again and again. You're just going to have to deal with it until they fix it, if they plan to fix it. I also think that the assault rifle class they're not balanced by sides. The cops have the edge, with them both having the SG-553, the M16, and the M416 all being very, very effective guns, while the criminals just have the AKM, which all players are not going to be able to use effectively That's not to say the AKS is a bad gun, it's just not as good as what you have when you're on the cop side. Now, all the starting guns are usable for every class right off the bat, which is nice because the starting assault rifle is a decent gun, but it's just not as good as what you unlock later on in the game as you progress further. So with all that being said, I am looking forward to purchasing Hardline in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So you should like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and if you have any thoughts on my feedback, just leave a comment below. Till next time guys, Teabaggers out.